Hey guys, so this is What If Deku was Soulja Boy Part 2. Now, this is pretty, upcoming, and I've been waiting a long time to do a sequel to this. Not a sequel, but Part 2 of this. So, Part 2, sorry, I'm going to the table real quick. Okay, so Part 2 is going to be a standard Part 2, but it's going to have a little bit of a rush in with how the ship's going to be. Now, it's going to be a multiple level ship. Kind of like not a harem, but more or less a back and forth. So, because, Soulja Boy in the not the comics, but Soulja Boy in the Amazon show, because Soulja Boy in the comics sucks. Like, literally, the comic cover where he is in, he's peeing his pants. Not even peeing pants, he has booty shorts on in his hero costume. Like, who has booty shorts on their hero costume? That's just weird, man. That's weird. It's weird. Like, it's just crazy. But so let's just get right into the video. Now, I did just figure out that someone 3 days ago did the same video. Not the same video, a different concept. Not same concept, but different storytelling. So yeah, I commented on the video. It's pretty good. He doesn't have that many subscribers, so just go on his channel, look up at his voice. His voice is good, but it's not the type of voice I would sit down and listen to for an hour. So yeah, so let's dive right into the video. Now, before I get any further, before I dive into the video, I am doing a what if Bob and Deadpool were in the Young Justice universe, and that's pretty just going to be a Young Justice series with Deadpool constantly breaking the fourth wall and basically the story changing and doing a full 180, and multiple characters in Young Justice might being saved by Deadpool, since Deadpool will break the fourth wall and probably read up on the DC universe lore and stuff like that. So basically, I'm going to be doing that what if maybe next week. But the what ifs I have planned for this week is this one, and also what if Callum was Kryptonian Part 6, I think, or something like that. I think Part 5 or Part 6, and also a what if Spider-Man was in Young Justice Part 11, and that's going to have Electro, and I'm going to be introducing Daredevil in that series as well. So I'm going to be introducing Daredevil and Electro and a bunch of other Spider-Man villains and Spider-Man characters, like maybe Morbius or maybe different Spider-Man, side characters that are like helpers of him. And also Miles will be a big occurring character later on in the series, and I might just make a full-on secondary series starting off with season 4 with season 4 with just Miles being the main character, him being taught by Peter. So it just might be like, maybe what Spider-Man was in Young Justice season 2 Part 2 or Part 1. So yeah, that's going to be basically it. So yeah, also guys, I might be doing some more different anime. I might be doing a Shield Hero what if. Maybe what if the Shield Hero had Captain America's shield or was a super soldier. But it might be weird, so I might not do that. But still, yeah, I'm going to be changing up my upload period. If you haven't seen my What If Deku with the Monster School series, I did mention in the first couple of minutes that I am changing up my upload period. I'm going to post at least 2 stop motions a month and at least 3 to 4 what ifs a week, and at least about 5 to 4 YouTube shorts or action figure shorts a week. So yeah, so also, yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that's basically it. So just dive right into the video, because you clicked on this video to hear about the fan fiction. So let's just dive right into it. We start story off last time when we left off where Deku body translucent threw him in the back of the pond where he was living at, Black Noir's old house. Now basically, in this canon, Black Noir didn't betray Soulja Boy, because I did record this about a couple weeks or a couple days before the season finale, where we figured out that Black Noir betrayed Soulja Boy and everything like that. So yeah, so in this universe, pretty much Deku would have just been captured by a foreign, pretty much, enemy, and he would have been, pretty much left out in Japan. Now doing this pretty much, for some reasons, I think I said Soulja Boy does know Japanese, or he just knows it just because, I don't know, a superpower he picked up, or just an English or pretty much he just knows how to speak Japanese, like muscle memory for some reason. Maybe they did something to his brain or something like that, but whatever. So in this world, basically he was still tortured somewhat the same, like in canon, or in canon in the Amazon show, and pretty much Black Noir wasn't the one that, you know, captured or betrayed Soulja Boy. He did want to, but it was another person on pretty much the team of Payback that did betray Soulja Boy. And Black Noir had nothing to do with it because Deku doesn't remember Black Noir ever being there when he was captured. So let's just say I'm gonna, you know, reveal who really betrayed Soulja Boy later on in the series, and really gave the Russians, or the, you know, pretty much other people, the enemy of the war back then, pretty much the tip on where Soulja Boy was going to be when they attacked, so they could capture him. But basically what happened is Soulja Boy, Deku, would have woken up that day, him putting on his uniform, saying it was pretty corny, but him just rolling up the sleeves, putting on a watch, and going to school. As he would have put on a backpack. As he would have gone to pretty much the school, and if you don't know, in this universe, Payback was a teenage group of superheroes. So what would happen is, well, Soulja Boy would have walked in there. I'm going to switch back to Deku or Soulja Boy for narration. So when I say Soulja Boy, I mean Deku, and when I say Deku, I mean Soulja Boy. So blah, blah, blah. So basically, Deku walks into class and he sits down about 2 seats away from Momo and Ochaku. Momo and Ochaku are going to be like the main 2 people Deku's going to be flaring back and forth with. And you guys can decide who Deku, you know, stays or sticks with near the end of the, you know, series. And the series might end probably part 6, because I'm going to try to end this off fast since, you know, The Boys season 3 is over. So what happened doing this, Deku would have, you know, just sat there, and Asao would have walked in the class. During this time, pretty much they would have been told that they were going to do combat training, as a couple hours later, pretty much All Might jumped in and saying, "You're ready, class?" As it would happen a little bit different because of the butterfly effect. As All Might would have explained to the class they're doing, you know, work exams, as they would have gotten ready. As pretty much Deku would have been given his hair costume, and his hair costume would just be a complete replica of his original suit. Now Deku would put it on, as Deku would have been given a shield. As the shield would be made out of a different material, a material strong enough to take a few punches by All Might's Detroit or plus ultra, you know, punches, at least 4 or 5 of them in a row. So it was a very durable shield, and it had a huge, very high heat capacity. So it could take a lot of, you know, pretty much heat and blows and pretty much, you know, punches until it starts to crack or even starts to melt. So yeah, so pretty much Deku would have had a complete type of replica of his original suit, as I'm just going to put it up here. So what happened is they would start to fight. Now doing this, they would have gotten ready, and everybody would have started to get into their hero costumes and all the other stuff. Now Deku would be teamed up with Ochaki like in canon, as he would be teamed up against Todoroki and Bakugo, as they would have all gotten ready. As Deku would have gotten ready, as pretty much I think I said that I said that half of the people in the My Hero universe are quirk people just mixed with Compound V, or quirk people are just a product of some sort of Compound V. Now, what happened during this time, Deku would have gotten ready, taken out his shield, and would have told Ochaku to shut up and go upstairs to deal with, you know, pretty much, well, Ida, as Deku would still be semi, you know, not really respecting women too much, but still, you know, not being a total, you know, jerk like in the Amazon series. As Deku would have bolted off, as he wouldn't really care about Ochaku too much, and just thinking she's attractive. As Deku would have ran up the stairs, as he would eventually run into Bakugo. As Bakugo would look at Deku, saying that your time's up. As he would have started to channel explosions, as Deku would have looked at him saying, "Huh, cute." As Deku would have threw his shield Captain America style, chucking it right at Bakugo's forehead. As Bakugo would have dodged it, as Deku would have seen that Bakugo would have dodged it, but it slightly glazing his forearm. As Deku would have seen this, as he would have ran faster, literally like tackling down Bakugo and starting to beat him down to a bloody pulp. As Bakugo would have seen this, or not really seen it, just seen fists going into his eyes, as Deku would have seen that Bakugo was about to charge up a huge explosion. As Deku jumped off of Bakugo out of the way as fast as possible, still the explosion went off and it blasted off Deku's feet, or his boots, as he just went barefoot. As Deku would have gotten pissed, saying you messed up my boots, as he would have straight up sucker punched Bakugo through a wall. As Deku would have grabbed the shield and would have chucked it at Bakugo's forehead, making Bakugo bleed out of the nose furiously. As Deku would have started to grab Bakugo's foot and started to swell him around like Hulk did Loki in the first Avengers movie, just chucking him left and right, eventually chucking him into a nearby pillar, into a nearby wall or room area, as Bakugo would have fell down to the ground. As Deku would have grabbed Bakugo again and would have chucked him back down into the ground. As Deku would have just keep on doing this over and over again until Bakugo was like straight up out cold. As Deku would have looked at Bakugo and Bakugo would still be alive, as Bakugo would just be knocked out senseless. Like his legs would be slightly broken and his ribs would be slightly cracked, but overall his muscle and his, pretty much body was badly bruised. As Deku would have walked off, as he would have grabbed his shield, because he did chuck it at Bakugo's forehead and it did fall or bounce off of his forehead, falling down to the ground, as Bakugo would have seen that Deku would have just picked up his, shield, as Bakugo would have passed out then, for real. As Deku would have walked up the stairs, as he would see Chaku trying to take down Ida. As Deku would have seen this, as he would have thrown the shield at Ida's foot, making Ida trip into Deku's knees, as Deku would have kneed, Ida right in the face, as Ida would have passed out immediately, his helmet being cracked into two, as Ida would have fallen to the ground, just knocked out cold, as Deku would have grabbed the bomb before it fell down to the ground, as, he would have won. As hero team wins and villain team loses, as Deku would have just been nonchalant about it, since he would basically just treat it like a huge, not really a big type of thing, but would have definitely treated it like, he didn't really care. So like he really just wanted to get it over with. So to put it simple, he just bodied, Ida and Bakugo. So he wouldn't really have to, pretty much deal with anything. I think I said Todoroki and Bakugo, but it was Deku. I mean, it was, what was it? No, it was Ida and Bakugo that were fighting. So yeah. So yeah, I think that's it. And I'm not gonna end it off here. So basically, it's like a spin-off, little, after the main arc, little thing. So I'm gonna stop talking, just get back into the story. So Deku goes back home after a long uneventful day of him just beating up kids, as he does feel actual pride and loves how he's being able to just beat up kids near his same age and just beat them vigorously down to the ground like a bloody pulp, as he very much got a lot of anger off of Bakugo, since Bakugo got bodied vigorously without any holding back. Well, he did hold back a little bit, since he didn't want to obliterate Bakugo's head into two, as he's kind of like Captain America's strength, but just a little bit more stronger, like 2 times or 3 times more stronger, and without half the time he barely holds back. So yeah. So after that, pretty much, Soulja Boy goes back to the house, the Japanese house Black Noir owns, as Black Noir is there reading a book as Soulja Boy, or Deku says, "Hi, what's up, Soulja? What's up?" as he walks off, as Black Noir is just sitting there, him just looking at his book, as he hears the news about Translucent's missing appearance, or him not being there, as Vaught's looking for him. As Vought does track down that it was some, video footage of him or a metallic-like figure walking down the street to the same block where Black Noir's Japanese house is. But Vought, half of Vought only knows so much about Black Noir, since he did buy his house under a different alias, so they don't really know exactly where Black Noir lives in Japan, but he does know he went to Japan back and forth, then and there. Now, Black Noir tells Deku, or didn't tell Deku, but does leave a note in his bed saying that he is going to be leaving for the next couple weeks for a little bit of a type of, a little bit of a 7 retreat, as he does have to do some errands and run some things around. He has to do some things, okay? So basically what happened doing that, after that, pretty much Deku just reads a note as he sees and goes downstairs as he sees Black Noir disappears, and his book is wide open on the seat he was reading it on. As Deku just looks around, as he just shrugs it off, and he grabs something to eat. As Deku looks around, as he hears a knock on the door. As Deku walks towards the door, looking through the peephole, seeing that it was blocked. As Deku pretty much grabs his other shield that he had in the house, his old shield that was super heavy, made out of steel. Basically, he would have opened it as he would have seen somebody at the front door, as he would have chucked the pretty much shield right in their face, as they would have been knocked down to the ground. As Deku looked at the pretty much person's face, as it would have been a pizza man. As pretty much, well, Deku thought it was somebody had bought, or maybe, you know, somebody coming to look at translucent, or look for translucent, as it was just a pizza guy, and his face was bashed in like because like this is the boys semi, you know, My Hero like mixed in verse. And if you haven't seen the show, bro, Soulja Boy's shield was heavy. It was thick. Like, it was at least a Bible's worth of thick silver, or not thick silver, but thick steel or copper layered onto each other, thick as a Bible. It was, if you got hit by that thing with as much force as like a cow or like a horse kicking you, like your head would explode. As it would be like near the middle of the night, because like some time would, you know, happen after Deku would get a snack, as he would just get a snack about a couple hours after, you know, Black Noir would have left. As Deku looks, basically he pretty much, well, walks over the guy's dead corpse, grabs the pizza, says as he puts his shield down, put the pizza on the desk, as he just grabs the dude and calls the pizza man and says that he's leaving town and he quits, as he just tries to mimic the guy's voice because he did hear his voice say open up, but he didn't say who he was, because when he opened the door, the guy said open up, and before he could say anything more, a shield hit him right in his noggin, just dead. First thing he saw was probably a guy or a teenage boy with a huge shield rushing towards his forehead. As Deku hangs up the phone, as he sees the guy get up, as Deku's super just straight up like confused, as the guy starts to regenerate, as the guy has a small regeneration quirk that he can only use like about a limited time a day, so he barely uses it to become a hero. He's just a pizza man. So Deku says, oh thank god, as he grabs his shield, throws it away, or throws it on the couch, puts a couch looking over it so he doesn't see the blood on the shield. And the guy wakes up, because the only backdraw on his regeneration quirks is he can't come back from anything. He can only use his regeneration quirk about 7 times a day, and every time he does get killed with his generation quirk, he forgets the last 2 hours of what happened. So what happens is basically, well, he wakes up and Deku knocks him out again with a shield, as he sees that, you know, he's about to call somebody. As the guy wakes up outside in the front door, as he sees money in his hand, as pretty much he goes back to the pizza place. He does get fired because he did just say he quit, and he just goes on with his life. And Deku is kind of, you know, confused why he just buys somebody, because he didn't even know who it was. But that is, well, kind of how Soulja Boy would probably react if someone came at his door and they didn't show their face to the people. Now, what happens after that? A couple hours later, in the middle of the night, like midnight, like where like the witching hour is, like near witching hour in the nighttime, pretty much Soulja Boy wakes up out of nowhere to the chills as he goes down the stairs to get something to eat or some water, as he hears a door knock, as his guard's a little bit down since he didn't want to kill anybody. So he opens the door and he sees Homelander, as Deku is overall just scared out of his mind. As at first Soulja Boy backs up, and at first Homelander doesn't really recognize him too much. Now Homelander passes by Soulja Boy saying, so where's Black Noir? You his roommate or something? As pretty much Soulja Boy or Deku was like super, not scared, but surprised why, well, Homelander's here, because he did see some pictures and YouTube videos about, well, Homelander, as he just backs up a little bit, trying not to, look into it more, and basically just looks at, looks at Homelander, about to grab his shield and just try to go for like a speed, blitz to try to take him out. But he sees that as too much problems, because if Soulja Boy, it's one thing translucent goes away, but the face of Vought disappears after he goes to look for translucent. They'll know it's some sort of super killer on the loose. So pretty much what happens is, well, Soulja Boy just sits there, just waiting for, pretty much Homelander to leave. Homelander says, well, call Black Noir, tell me where he is, as he flies off. As Daku goes to call Black Noir, or not call, but text him. As he texts Black Noir, and Black Noir tells him that he's right near the airport, where he's about to get picked up by his private jet, or right near the, pretty much a docking area. So he's about to get picked up by a boat, or a boat plane, as he's about to get dropped off near the docks in pretty much, New York City, as he's about to go run some errands in there, and then come to Vought Tower. So pretty much what happens is pretty much, well, Daku tells Black Noir that, Soulja Boy's looking, Homelander's looking for you. As, well, let's just say Black Noir says it's no big deal, saying that he didn't say or tell Vought that he was coming. He just said that he is coming. He didn't say when, though. So pretty much what happens is Daku just tells, well, Black Noir to shut up and to talk to Soulja Boy, because he just showed up to the house and straight up just intimidated me, or tried to at least. I'm not really scared of the dude, because I haven't really seen him strong enough, and I'm pretty sure he barely pushed himself. But in this universe, Soulja Boy and Homelander are actually way stronger than the Amazon Prime versions or the comic versions, because in this universe, since it's people in the My Hero world that are strong enough to actually give All Might and Endeavor, and people like, Superman levels, not Superman, but like superhuman strength levels. I'm pretty sure there's people out there that can give Homelander a run for his money and, give him experience, because the only thing that, holds back Homelander from being as strong as even Omni-Man, or maybe even Mark Invincible, is that he doesn't have any experience. He's a big fish in a small pond, because he literally has nobody in his universe that can give him a challenge, because he's always just been the strongest in every fight he's been in. And you see how surprised he was, spoilers for the season finale, how he's so surprised he was when he got boxed upside the forehead by, Queen Maeve. Like, bro, he was surprised. He was surprised he got boxed by Queen Maeve, like, for real. And the same thing with Soulja Boy. Like, he was surprised that he got his booty handed to him, his booty meat clapped left and right, pause, by Yui, Butcher, and this new dude, Soulja Boy. Like, for real. So the only thing that really holds back Homelander is that it's no person to actually give him a, challenge. And if he does have a challenge in his life that he can surpass and train, and he has somebody to train his body and make him stronger, then that's a whole thing that he can use to become stronger. Because I'm pretty sure Superman, Omni-Man, and all the other supes that are Superman levels of strength, they all train themselves to get more muscle mass and become stronger. Somewhat exactly like, let's say, Omni-Man does. Because Vulturemites, when they train, they become stronger. And they can they can't overpass, no matter how strong you are, they can't overpass other, weaknesses, like other Vulturemites trying to kill them, or maybe even like big levels of heat, or like the sun. So yeah, but other than that, I'm pretty sure there's no other person like that can really give, pretty much Soulja Boy a run for his money, because Soulja Boy and Homelander and probably All Might are probably the only strongest people in the My Hero universe, or this little mixture of the boys in My Hero universe this fan fiction takes place in. So I'm not explaining. This is just stupid. I'm doing this unscripted. So basically, pretty simple. All Might and Soulja Boy and Soulja Boy and Homelander. Jeez, bro, I keep on forgetting Homelander's name. I don't understand why. So Homelander, Soulja Boy, and All Might are the strongest people in this universe, with the addition of Black Noir. Since Black Noir is pretty strong, he's kind of like just a superhuman version of Batman. But basically, yeah, so in this universe, since it's people to challenge the Seven and to train them, majority of the Seven members aren't really trained. They're just there for glorified pictures and pretty much just there for, you know, gawking and blah blah blah, and just overall just straight up, I guess. Well, yeah, they're just there for brand deals and camera and just overall making America's heroes look better. So yeah, the Seven are just America's version of the, you know, pretty much hero, you know, rankings and stuff like that. So pretty much it's simple. Yeah, that's basically it. So I'm gonna stop talking because this whole segment after the pizza guy and after Soulja Boy saw Homelander for the first time in person, or Daku saw Homelander in the first time in person, that after that, you could just skip up the video, but I just had to get my watching time in, you know, gotta get that algorithm up. But basically, yeah, so like, subscribe, and as always, guys, have a blessed day. And also, I am bringing back my outros and intros soon. I'm just gonna be changing them up a little bit, and I'm gonna be making them different. So don't worry, I'm going to add intros and outros. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Good luck and subscribe, and as always, guys, have a blessed day.